Hey guys, Isaac Lopez here. Today we're going to talk about the formulation of national trade policies. The first topic would be issues of the trade intervention. Should a national government intervene to protect the country's domestic firms by taxing foreign goods entering the domestic market or constructing other barriers against imports? Or should a national government directly help the country's domestic firms, increasing their foreign sales throughout export subsidies, the government-to-government negotiations, and guaranteed loan programs? What would be the main issue for this? We're also going to talk about the difference between free trade and fair trade. First of all, the free trade would be the minimal influence from the government, and the fair trade would be an active intervention from the government. It would be a managed trade. The key points for industry level arguments would be national trade argument, the infant industry argument, maintenance of existing, and strategic trade theory. So the first key point would be the national defense argument. That basically would be the country must be self-sufficient in critical raw materials and technology, or else they would be vulnerable for foreign threats, and also appeals to general public. Another point would be to protect steels, electronics, and machine tool industries. One of the key points would be the imposition of tariffs to give the U.S. firms temporary protection from foreign policies or competition until the firms are fully established. Another point would be the powerful economic development of strategy. Finally, the last point we have of which industries should be protected and for how long. Now for the strategic trade theory, one of their main key points would be the national government can make its country better and off its adopts of trade policy that improve the competitions of its domestic firmism and industries. Finally, we have the national trade policy that basically would be economic, industrial, and public. The economic would be basically the export promotion strategy and the import promotion strategy. The industrial policy would be the key domestic industries chosen, protected, and promoted. And finally, we have the public choice analysis. That would be the consumers versus special interest groups. We're also going to talk about the barriers into international trade. First, we're going to the non-tariff barriers. One of the main non-traffic barriers would be basically quotas, numerical export controls, restricted access to distribution networks. So basically we have a little board here in regards to the type of barriers to international trade. We are going to basically talk about the tariffs, the quantitative restrictions, and finally the non-tariff barriers. So basically the promotion of international trade would be subsidies, foreign trade zones or FTZ, and export financial programs. In order to control the unfair trade practices, there is an International Trade Administration, or the ITA. They work as a division of the U.S. Department of Commerce. They determines whether an unfair trade practice has occurred. And finally, they confirm classes transferred to the U.S., the International Trade Commission. That would be the ITC. There's two types of unfair trade practices. One would be the government subsidies, and finally the unfair pricing practices. In order to control the unfair trade policies, there would be a countervailing duties that would be the CVD, anti-dumping regulations, and finally Super 301. Finally, we're going to talk about the objectives of unfair trade practices laws. There would be three key points. The first one would be to promote the global efficiency by encouraging promotion in those countries that have a procedure. The first one basically would be the promotion of global efficiency by encouraging the production of those countries that could produce a most good efficiency. The second would be to ensure that the trade occurs at the basic and comparative advantage, not the size of the government subsidies. And finally would be to protect the customers and predatory behavior. I guess that would be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Isaac Lopez. Have a great day.